All right, so welcome to another deep dive, and today we're going to be exploring 5D.
Ooh, 5D.
That's right, five-dimensional reality,
Okay.
and how it applies to your life.
Okay.
So we're going to be diving deep into Maureen J. St. Germain's book, Mastering Your 5D Self, and we're
Uh-huh.
going to be talking about things like activating your chakras,
Right.
tapping into your higher self,
Right.
all that good stuff.
Okay.
But this isn't just some kind of mystical concept that's out there.
Right.
We're talking about really practical tools that you can use to navigate the energetic shifts that are happening right now.
That's really what's fascinating is that I think a lot of people, when they hear 5D, they think of it as this far-off mystical place,
Mm-hmm.
like heaven or
Right.
some sort of like sci-fi world that's operating on a different frequency.
Mm.
But it's actually a vibrational shift. It's a state of being that you can access right here and now.
Yeah,
In fact, you might already be vibrating at a 5D level
right.
without even realizing it.
Well, that's right. It's not about physically going somewhere. It's more about how you perceive and interact with reality. And one of the core principles of 5D is that it's this zone of unconditional love,
Yeah.
devoid of all that polarity and negativity we experience in 3D.
Exactly. It's about recognizing those subtle shifts in your awareness.
Yeah.
Think of it like tuning into a different radio station.
Okay.
Each station broadcasts on a different frequency,
Yeah.
right? Similarly, 5D is like tuning into a higher frequency
Okay.
of consciousness, one that resonates with love and peace and unity.
I love that analogy. That makes it so much easier to understand.
Yeah.
Speaking of shifting perceptions, Maureen has this incredible story in the book about how she was repeatedly rushed to the ER because of a mold infestation in her home,
Oh, wow.
and she was really struggling to breathe. Even the doctors were baffled.
That's a great example of trusting your intuition, though, because she was adamant that mold was the culprit. Even when medical tests kept coming back inconclusive,
Wow.
it just highlights how crucial it is to listen to that inner guidance, especially when you're facing a challenge.
Yeah.
It's like your higher self is whispering to you like, hey, pay attention. Something's not right here.
Yeah, it really makes you realize how important it is to just trust your gut.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Maureen introduces this concept called the Great Forgetting. Imagine carrying the weight of all your past traumas, and I mean all of them, from this life, and even past lives.
Right.
The Great Forgetting is like a cosmic reset button, allowing us to shed that baggage and build a future free from those limitations.
If you think about it, that idea of a collective forgetting suggests that we're moving towards a future where negativity and suffering hold less power over us. It's like humanity is being given a fresh start, a clean slate to create a reality based on love and harmony.
That's a powerful thought, and it ties directly into how we deal with fear. Maureen suggests that instead of getting trapped by fear,
Yeah.
we can actually use it as fuel for personal growth.
Right, because fear is often rooted in those unresolved emotions and past experiences we were just talking about.
Exactly.
But in 5D, you're not bound by those limitations anymore. By acknowledging and addressing those underlying issues, you can transform fear into a catalyst for positive change.
So how does forgiveness play into all of this? Because Maureen actually challenges the traditional idea that forgiveness is a necessary step in healing.
Hmm.
She says in 5D, we don't even register negativity
Right.
because we're operating at a higher frequency.
It's like Neo dodging bullets in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Remember that scene where he's like
Oh, yeah.
just like
Yeah.
effortlessly moving?
Right.
When you elevate your vibration, you become less susceptible
Mm-hmm.
to those lower vibrational energies, including negativity and personal attacks. It's not about ignoring negativity or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about choosing to respond from a place of love and understanding, which neutralizes its power.
That's a great way to put it. Maureen shares a personal anecdote about this. She had a really tense encounter with her stepsister at a family gathering. Oh. And her stepsister was being really negative. But instead of getting pulled into the drama, Maureen was able to remain detached and even shift the energy of the interaction.
That story really emphasizes the power of maintaining a higher vibrational state. Because when you're vibrating at that 5D level, you're less likely to be triggered by those lower vibrational energies. It's like you have this shield of love and light protecting you.
All right, so let's talk about time. Get ready for this, because Maureen suggests that time, as we perceive it, is a construct. She says that everything is actually happening simultaneously.
That's one of the most mind-bending concepts to grasp. When you're first dipping your toes into 5D, if time isn't linear, what does that mean for how we experience reality? Maureen suggests that in 5D, you have the potential to manipulate and expand your experience of time. It's about recognizing that you're not bound by the limitations of past, present, and future.
She offers some really mind-bending examples to illustrate this. In one story, her husband comes home and literally doesn't see her car parked in the garage. And in another, a friend's ring goes missing for 3 months and then reappears out of thin air.
Those anecdotes really drive home the fluidity of time and perception in 5D. It challenges those ingrained beliefs we have about how reality operates and opens up possibilities that might seem unbelievable from a purely 3D perspective.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about chakras. Maureen believes that the traditional linear approach to chakra activation, starting with the root chakra,
Right.
needs a bit of an upgrade for 5D.
Yeah, she proposes a spiral activation method. Instead of starting from the ground up, 5D chakra activation is about spiraling upward from the heart, connecting to that cosmic energy flow. Each chakra is then elevated by the one above it. It's a bit like tuning into a radio frequency, starting with love and amplifying each chakra as you go.
Okay. And she specifically cautions against activating the sacral chakra in the traditional way, suggesting we focus on the spleen chakra instead.
Yeah. She explains that some mystics warn about activating the energy at the reproductive centers, as it could be potentially dangerous. The spleen chakra, on the other hand, is associated with vitality and receives energy from the sun.
So who are we in this whole 5D shift? Maureen says everyone on Earth right now falls into one of 3 categories: starseeds, guardians, or way showers.
Each type has unique characteristics and roles in the current shift. Starseeds often feel like they're from somewhere else, and their purpose is to bring their unique energy and perspective to Earth. It's like they're cosmic ambassadors, here to help humanity evolve.
Way showers, as the name suggests, are here to guide and support humanity through this transition. They're often the healers, the teachers, the visionaries, who are paving the way for a brighter future. And guardians, well, they're here to protect and preserve the planet and its inhabitants. It's like a cosmic team effort, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And what's really interesting is that those who once felt like outsiders, the ones who always felt a little different, they're often the ones leading the way in this shift. It's a time for those individuals to embrace their uniqueness and step into their true power.
Now let's get practical. What are some tangible tools and techniques for mastering 5D? Maureen really emphasizes the importance of owning your experiences, both the good and the bad. She says that blame and jealousy drain your power and keep you stuck in those lower vibrations.
Instead of getting caught up in blame and negativity, she encourages connecting with your higher self, which is basically a more evolved version of yourself. Think of it as accessing that wise, loving part of you that always knows what's best.
She suggests asking yes-no questions to receive guidance from your higher self and practicing observing reality from a non-judgmental perspective. It's about getting out of your head and into your heart, tuning into that intuitive knowing that resides within you.
Exactly. And she introduces some powerful meditations in the book, like the triple mantra and toning in the King's Chamber. These techniques help you access those higher states of consciousness and connect with your true potential.
And then there's this intriguing concept she calls the magnanimous dimension. It's something she channeled from the Council of Nine, which, if you're not familiar, is a group of highly evolved spiritual beings who offer guidance and wisdom.
This magnanimous dimension represents a merging of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimensions. Imagine being able to access the wisdom and energy of all 3 simultaneously. It's like a powerful upgrade to your operating system, allowing you to create positive outcomes and manifest your desires with greater ease.
Before we move on to the next part of our deep dive, let's just take a moment to reflect on what's resonated with you so far. This is a lot to take in, so don't hesitate to pause and jot down any thoughts or questions that come up.
Absolutely. This is your journey into 5D. What resonates with one person might not resonate with another, so trust your intuition and explore what feels aligned with your soul's path.
There's so much more to uncover in Maureen's work, so grab your favorite beverage, get cozy, and we'll dive back in right after this.
Welcome back to our 5D exploration as we journey deeper into Maureen's insights. One thing that really stood out to me was her discussion about clearing entities and negative energies. She even provides like a step-by-step guide using Archangel Michael's blue lightning.
It's a powerful technique for maintaining a high vibration and protecting your energy field. Think of it like an energetic cleanse, clearing out any unwanted energies you might have picked up from your environment or interactions with others.
Exactly, and she even mentions using a stainless steel knife for clearing, which she learned from Tibetan teachings. It's fascinating how these ancient practices are still relevant today, and she shares this funny anecdote about a student who was saving the paper used in the clearing ritual between sessions which actually hindered the clearing effectiveness.
It highlights the importance of following instructions carefully and understanding the principles behind these practices. It's not just about going through the motions, it's about aligning your intention and energy with the desired outcome. Now, get ready for this because Maureen describes some pretty unusual ascension symptoms. We're talking things like excessive belching, ringing in the ears, and even feeling like your body is vibrating. Can you imagine?
It can be pretty unsettling, especially if you're not familiar with the concept of ascension. As your energy body shifts and adjusts to these higher frequencies, you might experience physical and emotional changes that seem strange or even alarming. It's like your body is recalibrating to a new operating system.
She even shares a story about a student in China who was experiencing excessive belching. It turned out the student had a past life where belching was associated with spiritual confirmation. Their subconscious was using this familiar physical sensation to validate their spiritual progress.
It's incredible how those past life experiences can impact us in the present. Just goes to show how interconnected our soul's journey truly is and how important it is to address those unresolved issues. From past lives, they can show up in unexpected ways.
Speaking of important, Maureen stresses the role of the pineal gland in the 5D shift. She calls it the key or anchor point of all manifestations and activations, and explains how fluoride in our water and other environmental toxins can calcify the pineal gland, hindering its function.
You've probably heard the pineal gland referred to as the third eye in spiritual circles. It's associated with intuition, psychic abilities, and connecting with higher dimensions. So maintaining a healthy pineal gland is crucial for expanding consciousness and accessing your full potential.
She provides a meditation for reactivating the pineal gland and connecting with your 5D heart, body, and brain, and she recommends incorporating foods that support pineal gland health, like shilajit cacao and tamarind. It's about taking a holistic approach, nourishing both your physical body and your energy body.
It's like giving your third eye a tune-up, optimizing your physical vessel for the 5D experience. And speaking of experience, Maureen shares a personal story about manifesting a trip to Acapulco using a technique she calls the genie system.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this genie system.
It's based on the principles of sacred geometry, quantum physics, and intention setting. Basically, it's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires to bring them into reality.
So how did Maureen use this to manifest her trip?
She visualized herself in Acapulco,
Yeah.
used affirmations, and set a clear intention. She even picked a name for the conference room she'd be using at the hotel, even though she wasn't even sure if she'd win the contest that would send her there.
Wow, she really went all in. But that's what manifestation is all about, right?
Yeah,
Believing it's possible, even when it seems unlikely from a logical standpoint. It's about suspending disbelief and trusting that the universe has your back.
exactly. And here's the amazing part. Even though she didn't win the contest initially, she ended up getting her trip to Acapulco anyway, and it unfolded exactly as she had visualized it.
That's incredible. It's like the universe was testing her commitment to her vision, and when she passed the test, it delivered.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways. The key is to stay open to possibilities and trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you.
Maureen also talks about recognizing and utilizing what she calls nonlinear information in manifestation. What exactly does that mean?
It's about paying attention to the subtle messages the universe is sending you through your intuition, your dreams, and even those synchronicities you experience throughout your day. It's often through these nonlinear channels that you receive the most profound insights and inspiration.
It's like those little nudges from the universe guiding you towards your highest good. And Maureen stresses the importance of owning your understanding and acknowledging your role as a co-creator of your reality.
It's about shifting from a victim mentality to an empowered creator mentality. You have more power than you realize to shape your experiences through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
And she encourages us to celebrate our birthdays as sacred days.
That's right. She explains how it's the anniversary of our soul entering this physical form and that we receive special gifts from our unseen helpers on that day.
So we should ask for those gifts and claim them with gratitude.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging the significance of your soul's journey and embracing the abundance that's available to you. You're loved and supported beyond measure. And your birthday is a powerful time to tap into that energy.
Now, before we jump into the final part of our 5D deep dive, let's pause and reflect on what's standing out for you, what's sparking your curiosity, what insights are you taking away from this exploration so far. Hold on to those thoughts as we delve even deeper into Maureen's teachings in part 3. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into 5D. It's been quite a journey exploring these concepts.
It has been.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We've covered so much ground from the Great Forgetting to the Lords of Time and everything in between.
And everything in between.
But as we integrate all of these insights,
Yeah.
there's one more aspect of Maureen's work that I think is crucial to highlight, and that is this emphasis on personal responsibility.
Yes, she's really big on that.
Yeah.
Owning our mistakes, our successes, our understanding, even our love for humanity and the earth.
Right. It's about recognizing that we have the power to shape our reality.
Exactly.
It's a shift from blaming external circumstances or other people to recognizing our own agency and creating our experiences.
Yeah, and she points out how blame and jealousy drain our energy and prevent us from accessing our full potential.
It's like we're giving away our power
Mm.
to those negative emotions.
Yeah. And she doesn't shy away from calling out some tough truths either. She even challenges the use of common profanity, explaining how those words carry negative vibrations.
Yeah.
It's a reminder to be mindful of the language we use. Because words have power.
Right. It's about choosing words that empower and uplift, rather than those that perpetuate negativity. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, maybe find a more constructive way to express yourself. It's about consciously raising your vibration through the words you choose.
She also reminds us that we're not alone in this journey. We have unseen helpers, angelic beings, ascended masters, even dragons and serendipities, guiding and supporting us every step of the way.
It can be so comforting to remember that, knowing that you have this vast network of spiritual support available to you whenever you need it. It's like having a team of cheerleaders in the non-physical realms, rooting for your success.
She provides a whole toolbox of techniques for connecting with these unseen helpers. Meditation, prayer, using crystals and essential oils. There are so many ways to tap into that support.
And it's about finding what works best for you, what resonates with your soul, creating your own personalized spiritual practice.
Now let's talk about her higher self connection technique. She provides this really simple but powerful 3-step process for establishing a 100% accurate connection with your higher self, that wise, loving part of you that always knows what's best.
It's about learning to listen to those whispers of your intuition, that inner knowing that guides you toward your highest good.
The first step is asking yes/no questions to get clear guidance. Then you practice non-judgmental observation, which helps you detach from those limiting beliefs and see things from a higher perspective. And finally, you consistently connect with your higher self for at least 45 days to solidify that connection.
It's like building a muscle. The more you practice connecting with your higher self, the stronger and more reliable that connection becomes.
And then there's the quantum matrix healing technique, which she developed for clearing blocks and resolving those persistent issues that might be holding you back from manifesting your desires.
It's a powerful way to reprogram your subconscious mind
And
create a reality that's more aligned with your soul's purpose.
it's all about identifying the root cause of an issue. Once you've pinpointed the source, you connect with your higher self for guidance, and then collapse that old limiting matrix, those negative thought patterns and beliefs that are keeping you stuck, and create a new, empowered matrix that supports your desired outcome.
It's like hitting the reset button on your reality.
And here's something I bet you've never thought about. She encourages us to celebrate our birthdays as sacred days. It's about honoring that anniversary of your soul coming into physical form. And she says we receive special gifts from our unseen helpers on that day.
Wow.
So don't forget to ask for those gifts and claim them with gratitude.
It's a powerful reminder that you are loved and supported beyond measure.
Well, I think with that, we've covered a lot of ground. In this deep dive into 5D, Maureen really offers a wealth of wisdom and practical tools for anyone wanting to navigate this shift and unlock their full potential.
She does. It's all about embracing those 5D principles and finding the practices that resonate with you. And as you do, you'll find yourself naturally aligning with a reality that reflects your highest self, a reality of greater love, joy, and fulfillment.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible exploration. Remember, the journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and you hold the keys to unlocking your full potential. Keep exploring, keep trusting your intuition, and most importantly, keep shining your light. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Did you get any of that?